district of Jammu and Kashmir on the 2nd of August. According to Mohita Sharma, Superintendent of Police of Ramban, the arrested have been identified and both are residents of Ghul. In a massive crackdown on terror, UP ATS arrests alleged Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist from Saharanpur. According to the agency, Nadeem was in direct contact with Pak-based terrorist outfits, JEM. He was given the task by JEM to kill Nupur Sharma. Due to a rise in the Dhasan River's water levels, 2 youths were trapped in the mid of the river island. The SDRF reached the spot to carry out rescue operations and saved them after 5 hours.
जो मछली पकड़ने गए थे वहाँ के लोग लोकल के जाते रहते हैं और जब पानी बढ़ा तो वो घबराहट में नहीं निकल पाए. पानी बढ़ गया ज़्यादा तो फिर वो इसलिए फिर थाने से सूचना प्राप्त हुई. नौगांव थाने से हम लोग जाकर रेस्क्यू करके उनको जीवित सुरक्षित निकाला.
Union Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan slams Communist Party of India MLA KT Jalil for his Azad Kashmir remark, saying his statement was nothing less than treason. Also demands resignation of Jalil after the latter referred to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir as Azad Kashmir. A 25-year-old stabbed to death by some people after an argument in South Delhi's Malvinagar area. The incident was caught on a CCTV camera. Delhi police have detained 3 and a case under sections 302 and 34 of the IPC have been registered. And getting you the latest update on author Salman Rushdie's condition. Reportedly, the author is on ventilator after hours of surgery after he was stabbed in the neck and torso at a lecture in a New York institution. Reportedly, he will likely lose one eye. So after that shocking attack on renowned author Salman Rushdie, who has written more than 13 books and won the Booker, news is that Salman Rushdie may lose one eye as a result of the attack. Immediately after the attack, he was airlifted to the trauma center of a nearby hospital, after which he was operated on for hours. He is now on ventilator and may lose one eye. And reports suggest that Rushdie sustained injuries to his liver as well. As of now, he is on ventilator. Let's listen in to know more.
Rushdie was airlifted to a local trauma center and is still currently undergoing surgery. Mr. Reese was transported via ambulance to a local hospital and was treated for a facial injury and subsequently released. The state police are being assisted by the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office and the FBI in this investigation. We are also working with Chautauqua County DA Jason Schmidt, who will determine appropriate charges. The investigation continues, and once we receive further information regarding the condition of Mr. Rushdie.
So as you just heard in that official bite, well, the FBI is assisting the New York police. It's a shocking incident. Salman Rushdie has, although he has been in the news off and on over the years, ever since he published his satanic verses for various death threats that he received, particularly from Iran. In fact, the Iranian government had continued with a fatwa, an edict and the bounty on Salman Rushdie had been increased later on, in fact. And as of now, latest reports suggest that the renowned author may lose one eye as a result of this shocking attack in New York. He sustained injuries to his liver. The attack, he sustained the stabs in his neck and his torso.
प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में आज पूरा देश आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा है। हमारी आन, मान और शान का प्रतीक भारत का राष्ट्रध्वज तिरंगा, देश के शौर्य।
And mega celebrations begin as well. They have been continuing, in fact, for quite some time now. And this is the video that Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has published on the occasion of Independence Day. 75th Independence Day celebrations begin as the day approaches closer. And now Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath releases a video to celebrate the event. And this is the video that we were just showing you of that the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister has released. Mega events planned across the country to celebrate the 75th year of India's independence. Now, as you see in those visuals, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath holding aloft the tricolour, and behind him young school children.
हर घर तिरंगा है हमारी शान, हर घर तिरंगा है हमारा अभिमान। मेरे देश में सबको मिलती पहचान, मिलकर गाए हम सब तिरंगे की तान। हर घर तिरंगा
नमस्कार। देश की आज़ादी के 75 वर्ष पूर्ण होने पर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में आज पूरा देश आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा है। हमारी आन, मान और शान का प्रतीक भारत का राष्ट्रध्वज तिरंगा, देश के शौर्य, शांति और बलिदान का प्रतीक भी है। आइए 13 अगस्त से 15 अगस्त तक हर घर तिरंगा अभियान से जुड़कर हम भी अपने अपने घर पर तिरंगा फहराकर आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव में भागीदार बने। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के संकल्प से जुड़े। जय हिंद।
हर घर में तिरंगा फहराएं और देश की आज़ादी का हम सब बने हिस्सा हर घर तिरंगा अभियान का।
The Amity BBA has been ranked India's #1 BBA in the recently released Times of India B School 2022 rankings, a testimony to Amity BBA's globally benchmarked standards in education.
These kind of trainings are very important because this entire region is more of the mountainous rather than plains. So the Jawan coming to the Kargil battle school has to go all kind of training.
हमारे सेना में लड़ाई लड़ने की इच्छा शक्ति, आत्मविश्वास तथा दुश्मन को निष्क्रिय करने का ताकत है।
You have to be physically fit if you have to be in this kind of weather and in this kind of region. On the eve of Independence Day, Republic from Siachen base camp. Bigger challenge for the Indian Army, the soldiers, is not only fighting with the enemy but also in adverse weather.
चैलेंज की बात है तो चैलेंज इंडियन आर्मी के लिए कोई चैलेंज नहीं होता। इतने -डिग्री तापमान में सर्वाइव करने के लिए हमें स्पेशल इक्विपमेंट और क्लोथिंग इशू किए जाते हैं।
पर जाने से पहले हमारे को स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग, स्पेशल इक्विपमेंट्स दिए गए।
The China, Pakistan cannot enter into Siachen because the Satwara Ridge is being controlled by the Indian Army here.
Prime Minister Modi to host all the medal winners of the Commonwealth Games at his official residence in the national capital at 11 a.m. As AAP continues to escalate the freebie culture debate by launching attacks.
फौजी ने तिरंगे की लाज रखी, अगर विजय मिली तो तिरंगा लहराया और अगर वीरगति मिली तो तिरंगे में लिपट कर आया और ये उस फौजी का वादा था।
And as mega celebrations begin and the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign kicks off, those are visuals of Pushkar Singh Dhami of Uttarakhand there participating in the campaign. Chief Minister of Uttarakhand. And earlier we had shown you that video released by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. And in fact, across the country, the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign has kicked off as our 75th Independence Day approaches. These are visuals from Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand Chief Minister holding aloft the tricolour there. In fact, all major monuments of the country too have been lighted up to represent the tricolour.
What the camel can do in the desert, no amount of technology can. And this is what we're going to tell you. What is the capability of this camel?
रेगिस्तान में सबसे इफेक्टिव जानवर जो है वो कैमल है। तो कैमल को किस तरह से ट्रेन किया जाए कि पीस टाइम में वहाँ पर अच्छी तरह से पेट्रोलिंग कर सके, पूरे एरिया की देखभाल कर सके, वॉर के अंदर जो इसकी यूटिलिटी है, जो इसकी उपयोगिता है, उसको अपना सार्थक कर सके।
Come with me. Let's spend some time with India's only camel unit at the BSF grounds in Jodhpur.
These kind of trainings are very important because this entire region is more of the mountainous rather than plains. So the Jawan coming to the Kargil battle school has to go all kind of training.
हमारे सेना में लड़ाई लड़ने की इच्छा शक्ति, आत्मविश्वास तथा दुश्मन को निष्क्रिय करने का ताकत है।
You have to be physically fit if you have to be in this kind of weather and in this kind of region.
Prime Minister Modi to host all the medal winners of the Commonwealth Games at his official residence in the national capital at 11 a.m. As AAP continues to escalate the freebie culture debate by launching attacks at the central government, the BJP hit back at the AAP Supremo, stating that freebies are short-term benefits which only benefit the Delhi Chief Minister. 6 people were injured in a bloody clash in Punjab's Malaut area. The fight reportedly erupted over the issue of water diversion to agriculture fields. The injured
You're watching Live and Breaking on Republic, and ITBP has released a song themed at Har Ghar Tiranga. The song is composed and sung by ITBP Jawan Arjun Kheryal. ITBP has been hoisting the national flag at all its border posts and its units and formations across the country during the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign from the 13th to the 15th of August. Take a look.
Bharat Mata ki Jai! Bharat Mata ki Jai!
कफन बांध के निकला था वो मस्त मलंग दीवाना सा, देश की खातिर जान लुटा दो गाता एक तराना था। जय हिंद 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 जय हिंद। जब दुश्मन ने आंख दिखाई लहू था इसका खौल गया, लहू था इसका खौल गया। मातृभूमि की आन बचाने ये सरहद पर दौड़ गया, ये सरहद पर दौड़ गया। सींच दी धरती अपने खून से, दुश्मन भागा फिर उस पार, प्राण गवा के अमर हो गया शेर दहाड़ा आखिरी बार। जय हिंद 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 जय हिंद।
A quick roundup of all that's making news from across the country. Republic has got to the bottom of the investigation into the culture of fraud being nurtured in the name of promotion of cryptocurrencies across the country, putting the citizens of the country at risk. At least 10 crypto exchanges are under investigation of ED, with at least 74 fintech firms also under the agency scanners for cheating and duping. The CRPF 196 Battalion recovered IED explosives that were planted in the forests of Mahadev Ghat in Chhattisgarh's Bijapur. The recovery was made in the Kotwali Bijapur area during a search operation that was carried out by the soldiers. The explosives were planted by terrorists to especially target the CRPF soldiers.
What the camel can do in the desert, no amount of technology can. And this is what we're going to tell you. What is the capability of this camel?
रेगिस्तान में सबसे इफेक्टिव जानवर जो है वो कैमल है। तो कैमल को किस तरह से ट्रेन किया जाए कि पीस टाइम में वहाँ पर अच्छी तरह से पेट्रोलिंग कर सके, पूरे एरिया की देखभाल कर सके, वॉर के अंदर जो इसकी यूटिलिटी है, जो इसकी उपयोगिता है, उसको अपना सार्थक कर सके।
Come with me. Let's spend some time with India's only camel unit at the BSF grounds in Jodhpur.
These kind of trainings are very important because this entire region is more of the mountainous rather than plains. So the Jawan coming to the Kargil battle school has to go all kind of training.
That this is for the first time in the television history of India that we are bringing you real patrolling footages.
This is a very important place. It is because of the valor and fortitude of our troops who fought here valiantly in 1962 that even our enemies were forced to call the area of Namti as the Tiger's Mouth.
मेरे साथ एक ऑफिसर था, मैंने उससे पूछा क्या मतलब है वॉर मेमोरियल में खाली पत्थर लगाना। उसने बोला कि सर ये वादा है फौज का, ये वादा है इंडियन आर्मी का कि और कितने भी नाम इस पत्थर पे लिख दिए जाएं, ये तिरंगा ऐसे ही लहराता रहेगा।
headlines at 10 a.m. According to reports, novelist Salman Rushdie unable to speak. Author Salman Rushdie stabbed in New York event. Reportedly, Rushdie on ventilator after hours of surgery. Update on the UP Banda boat tragedy. 6 more bodies recovered. Death toll rises to 9. Ahead of 75th Independence Day, entire nation gears up for mega celebrations. Prime Minister Modi to host India's Commonwealth Games medalist at his official residence at 11 a.m. Good morning and thanks for tuning in this Saturday morning. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Lots lined up for you in this edition. Let's start away with breaking news coming in. An update on the Banda boat tragedy. We understand that 6 more bodies have now been retrieved, taking the death toll to 9, what we understand. Remember, search for those missing is still underway, so there seems to be little hope for those who have gone missing with respect to this boat tragedy that was reported. 6 more bodies, we are told, have been recovered, taking the death toll to 9 as of now. We are told that Minister will also be visiting this particular location where the search operation is underway as we speak. In the visuals, you can see this is the site where the rescue operations are underway, where the boat capsized. On August 11, 6 after the death toll that has now risen to 9, we understand that the search operation is still underway to find those missing. So hectic rescue operations that are underway as we speak. That's an update coming in with respect to the Yamuna boat tragedy after the boat that capsized, the unfortunate boat mishap incident that was reported. Well, we have the Banda district DM also joining us on the phone line. Anurag Patil also joining us. Sir, अगर आप हमें बता सकते हैं अभी रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशंस के बारे में जो चल रहे हैं, डेथ टोल 9 हो गया है अभी, क्या सर्च ऑपरेशंस कैसे चल रहे हैं, क्योंकि अभी भी बहुत लोग मिसिंग हैं?
मैडम, जो हम लोगों की जो एस्टिमेटेड पैसेंजर है वो नाव पे जो सवार थे वो 31 है, और टोटल जो हमने लाइव रिकवर किया है वो 16 है। टोटल बॉडी रिकवर्ड 11 है।
जी
हेलो
जी, तो आप कह रहे हैं कि 11 बॉडीज अभी तक रिकवर हुई हैं?
आज 8 बॉडी आज रिकवर हुई है, पहले की 3 बॉडी थी
जी।
जो एस्टिमेटेड पैसेंजर है वो 32 है।
ओके।
लाइव हम लोगों ने बताया वो 17 है, और जो एस्टिमेटेड मिसिंग है अभी तक जो है 4 है।
जी हाँ जी, हमें आपकी आवाज आ रही है। एक बार अगर आप हमें फिर से बता सकते हैं, हमें जहां तक समझ में आया है 8 बॉडीज अभी आज रिकवर हुई हैं, 3 पहले हुई थी, तो डेथ टोल 11 हो चुका है। आप बोल रहे हैं कि 32 लोग जो थे जो पहले मिसिंग थे, जिसमें से 11 बॉडीज अभी तक रिकवर हुई हैं।
नहीं, not that is all. Total estimated passenger in the boat 32.
Okay. जी।
Missing today till time 4. तो estimated passenger in the boat 32, live recovered 17, total body recovered 11, और still missing estimated missing 4.
जी आप
हमारी NDRF, SDRF, PSC की फ्लड यूनिट, जल यूनिट, लोकल गोताखोर करीब 40-45 लोकल गोताखोर ये सब लगे हुए हैं। ऑपरेशन चल रहा है, और हमारे फतेहपुर की और चित्रकूट जनपद की भी टीमें लगी हुई हैं, वहां के प्राइवेट गोताखोर भी लगे हुए हैं जाल के साथ।
जी सर, आप हमें थोड़ा सा और बता सकते हैं ये बोट कैसे कैप्साइज हुई, क्या सिचुएशन ऐसे आ गई थी जिसकी वजह से ये ट्रेजेडी हुई, और कितने पर्सनल अभी डिप्लॉयड हैं रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशंस पर?
मैडम, जो वोट के विषय में है, वोट क्योंकि रक्षाबंधन का त्योहार था तो वोट लेके नाविक जा रहा था, बीच यमुना में जाने पर उसका जो लहरें, थोड़ा हवा तेज हो गई और लहरें चलने लगी तो उसका जो पतवार था वो फट गया, जिससे सवारियां डिसबैलेंस हो गई, उसके कारण नाव डूब गई।
All right, thank you so much. So that was the DM of Banda speaking to Republic and telling us about the rescue operations and the latest update on the tragedy in UP's Banda. Well, these are the visuals coming in live of Jai Shankar, who's leading the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Just a short while back, we also got you visuals of Home Minister Amit Shah, who was seen hoisting the national flag atop his residence in the national capital. And these visuals coming in from Karnataka, where Jai Shankar is leading the Tiranga rally ahead of the 75th Independence Day. So these are the live visuals that are coming to you of the Tiranga rally, which is being held in Karnataka, and we have, of course, MEA there, Jaishankar Prasad, who is leading the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign. Hundreds of thousands of people who are taking part in this Tiranga rally, which is being held in Karnataka as we speak. Just a short while back, we also got you visuals of the dress rehearsal, which is taking place at the iconic Red Fort in the national capital. Home Minister Amit Shah there was also seen at his official residence, hoisting the national flag atop his residence. We had visuals of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also, who kicked off the Tiranga campaign. These visuals right now on your screens are of Jaishankar, who is leading the Tiranga campaign, the Tiranga rally in Karnataka as we speak. So India there geared up for the 75th Independence Day celebrations. Just 2 days from now, India will be celebrating the 75th Independence Day. The visuals right now are of Jaishankar Prasad, who is there along with the party cadre celebrating the Tiranga campaign in Karnataka. Well, moving on then, the latest updates coming in with respect to novelist Salman Rushdie's condition as we speak. We understand that he continues to be on the ventilator. In fact, reports now coming in that he may lose one eye as a result of the attack that happened on him late last evening. So the visuals on your screens right now, in fact, that was the morning hours in New York. The visuals coming to you live, the visuals, beg your pardon, are from yesterday when the attack happened on Salman Rushdie when he was stabbed on stage. We understand that his condition is still critical. He sustained injury in the liver is what we are getting to know at this point. He's still on ventilator, as I mentioned. He cannot speak, what we understand, because of his condition, which is still critical. It's being said that he may lose an eye in this tragic untoward attack that happened, the cowardly attack that happened on Salman Rushdie. The visuals that show you exactly that moment when Salman Rushdie was attacked while he was about to deliver a speech at this particular event in Western New York. And on the right side, you see visuals of Salman Rushdie, who was airlifted to the hospital right after the attack. We also have a special report on how all of this transpired, the updates that are coming in. Let's take a look at this report.
A little after 11 a.m. New York time, reports emerged of an attack on author Salman Rushdie as he was preparing to give a lecture. Minutes later, the first respondents arrived at the scene and Rushdie was airlifted. The New York police confirmed shortly after that it was in fact an incident of stabbing where the assailant stabbed the renowned author in the neck multiple times.
And there is a amphitheater which seats about 5,000 people. And there's a lecture platform that starts at 10:45 every morning, Monday through Friday. And I was heading down into the base of the amphitheater to take a seat for the morning lecture. And a male human came and attacked Salman Rushdie. I thought that he was stabbed about 6 to 8 times before they were able to grab a hold of the perpetrator.
Born in Mumbai in 1947, the author is known for combining magical realism with historical fiction. But the author has faced considerable threats to his life throughout his illustrious career. In 1989, Salman Rushdie went into hiding after a fatwa issued against the then Supreme Leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. The fatwa was issued after the release of his book in 1988, which some claimed contained satanic verses. Many accuse the author of blasphemy. Several nations, including India, banned the import of the book. However, it was ironic for Iran to issue a fatwa against Rushdie, considering the author actually backed the Iranian revolution. The Iranian government backed the fatwa to kill Rushdie for 10 long years, during which he also survived an assassination attempt in August 1989. In 2010, the author was named in an Al-Qaeda hit list. And 12 years after that, in 2022, another attack on the famed author. The attack on Rushdie has sent shockwaves across the global community and has prompted a global prayer for a speedy recovery. The attacker in the incident has been detained, but the condition of Rushdie remains unknown. Agency report, Republic TV.
Trailing all the updates coming in on the health status of Salman Rushdie, we understand that his situation is still critical as he's on the ventilator. Well, on to more news then. The anti-terrorism squad of UP has arrested Jaish-e-Mohammed and Tariq-e-Taliban Pakistan-linked terrorist from Saharanpur as he was tasked to kill Nupur Sharma. Here's more on that story.
The UP anti-terror squad nabbed a terrorist from UP Saharanpur who was allegedly tasked to kill Nupur Sharma. He has been identified as Muhammad Nadeem. He is said to have links with two major terror outfits, Jaish-e-Mohammed and the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. According to the initial probe, the terrorist was in direct contact with his Pakistan and Afghanistan handlers. The UP ATS also recovered some incriminating documents as well as chats and voice messages related to action plans prepared for the alleged task of killing Nupur Sharma. Notably, this is the second arrest that came to the fore in regard to the former BJP spokesperson. Last month, the Border Security Force arrested a Pakistani man from the India-Pakistan international border in Rajasthan. Following the arrest, he also admitted to have crossed the border with the intention to kill Nupur Sharma. A major threat to the life of Nupur Sharma has been averted. Meanwhile, further investigation is underway. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
And in the run-up to the 75th Independence Day, visuals coming in from across the country where Tiranga rallies are being conducted. Let's take a look at some visuals coming in. These from Karnataka, where you see Jai Shankar there, the Minister of External Affairs, leading the Tiranga rally in Karnataka with the party workers. So the tricolour flying in fact being held high as a Tiranga rally is being led by Jai Shankar there in Karnataka. In fact, this is not just Karnataka, visuals coming in from across the country where not just where not just the party workers, not just the central government, we have the ITBP Jawans, we have the BSF Jawans, we have from the army Jawans as well, from the Jawans, from the central ministers, from the party workers. We have everyone celebrating the Tiranga rally as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav as the country gears up for the 75th Independence Day. These visuals are coming in of hundreds of thousands of party workers who are there with Jai Shankar Prasad to take part in this Tiranga rally. You can see flower petals also being showered as the Tiranga rally is being led by Jai Shankar there with chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai as well that were heard in this Tiranga rally that is being held. Remember, just a short while back, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also kick-started the Tiranga campaign. Well, on to more breaking news coming in this Saturday morning. This one with respect to Bitta Karate. We understand that the JNK government has sacked Bitta Karate's son and wife is what we understand. So big news break coming in from JNK where the JNK administration has sacked Bitta Karate's son and wife. Gursimran is breaking that story. Gursimran, give us all the latest updates.
See, this is a big action by the Jammu and Kashmir government. Now, multiple decisions have been taken to terminate those employees who have been into anti-national activities, and the wife of Bitta Karate and son of Sayyid Salahuddin along with two other officials, the teachers, a scientist and associate assistant professor in the Kashmir University who was for Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists have now been sacked by the Jammu and Kashmir government. And important to mention that this is in continuation with the JNK government's decision that there will be a crackdown on the black sheep that are inside the administration, in the civil administration. The wife of Bitta Karate is in civil administration in Jammu and Kashmir, and now a decision has been taken that she will be sacked from her duty. Apart from that, the son of Sayyid Salahuddin. Earlier also, the decision was taken to terminate the son of Sayyid Salahuddin. The other sons, and now one more son of Sayyid Salahuddin, will be terminated from the services. Apart from that, one scientist and assistant professor of the Kashmir University who was having links with Lashkar-e-Toiba, he was a former Lashkar terrorist. He has now been terminated from the service by the J&K government.
Gursimran, stay with us. If you can just put this into context for us, for our viewers as well. If you could talk to us more about Bitta Karate, the separatist leader, and take us through the details.
See, Bitta Karate was involved in the killing of Kashmiri Pandits in the Kashmir Valley, and there is even on-record confession of Bitta Karate that how he killed the Kashmiri Pandits and the people in the Kashmir Valley, and it was clearly on the directions of the Pakistan. But the wife of Bitta Karate, she was in the court of the government. So.
Well, we seem to have lost that network with Gursimran. We'll connect with Gursimran again. But that's a resolve of the J&K government that there's going to be zero tolerance for those terror sympathizers. Latest action that's been taken by the J&K administration as it has now sacked Bitta Karate's son and wife, showing zero tolerance to terror is what the resolve is of the J&K government and the central government. The latest action that's been taken against the kin of Bitta Karate, the separatist leader. We'll go across to Gursimran as well to get us more details that he's learning. We'll go across to him in just a bit. Remember, Bitta Karate is a separatist leader, and a lot of action that it's also been. We have Gursimran back with us. Gursimran, please continue your point. You were trying to tell us more about Bitta Karate, the separatist leader.
See, Bitta Karate was involved in the killings of the Kashmiri Pandits in the Kashmir Valley, and even was responsible for the exports of the Kashmiri Pandits. He was the one who was carrying out the killings of the innocent Kashmiri Pandits during 1990s at the start of the terrorism in the Kashmir Valley. He was instrumental in the violence that has taken place and also for the exodus of the Kashmiri Pandits. So a relief coming for the Kashmiri Pandit community, at least the J&K government, which has always in the past been hampering and harboring these terror proxies, has now acted against them.
Okay, all right. So we'll connect with Gursimran again. So the action that's been taken by the J&K government with respect to sacking of Bitta Karate's son and wife. So showing us, so the J&K administration there showing zero tolerance for the terror sympathizers, and the latest action that's been taken against Bitta Karate's kin. So what we understand as of now is that Bitta Karate's wife and Syed Sabdullah's son have been sacked by the J&K government. A scientist and an assistant professor of Kashmir University also sacked is what we understand. We'll go across to Gursimran to get us some more details and put this into context for us. So big action that's been taken there by the J&K government against Bitta Karate's son as well as wife, showing zero tolerance to terror activities. So, it's a massive crackdown on terror ecosystem by the Lieutenant Governor of J&K, Manoj Sinha. What we understand, Syed Salahuddin's son among 4 government employees who've been dismissed for terror links. That's a source-based information that is trickling in at this point. So a lot of details that we'll go across to Gursimran as well. That's the latest update coming in. Bitta Karate's wife and son axed by the J&K government. We have our senior executive editor Abhishek to give us more details. Abhishek, if you could give us the latest that you're learning on this big news break coming in from J&K.
Well, yes, this is a big breaking development coming in on the eve of just a couple of days ahead of Independence Day. The crackdown continues in the valley, and what is important is those who were being treated with kid gloves by earlier establishments, that's not happening now. So in this crackdown, for example, Bitta Karate, who's in effect accused of starting the militancy against Kashmiri Pandits and the targeted killing culture, his wife, who was a government employee, and Sayyid Salahuddin, his third son, in fact. We have seen similar action a few months back Sayyid Salahuddin. Two sons, they had lost their government jobs. They were dismissed. And now the third son also has lost his job in this crackdown on those who continue to have terror links, what's called overground workers. And, they continue to enjoy perks and privileges of being in government, continue to get pensions, continue to get government salary, even as they would, go on to help with terror activities, facilitate terror activities in the valley. So 4 government employees, including Bitta Karate's wife, and a scientist at D level in the Kashmir University, they have been looking for their connections with terror. Also, Asaba Arzuman Khan, she's the wife of Bitta Karate, who's acting in Farooq Ahmad Dar. And she's a 2011 batch Civil Service Officer. Then the scientist was identified as Mohit Ahmed Bhatt, and he was working with the Kashmir University. Then there's Majid Hussain Qadri, he's a senior assistant professor in the Kashmir University. And Sayyid Abdul Majid, he's the manager IT in the JKEDI. They were all removed from their services, invoking Article 311 of the Constitution of India, which is now applicable. And Sayyid Abdul Muid is the third son of Sayyid Salahuddin. So that's the development coming in, and we have seen similar action being taken earlier also. Sayyid Salahuddin's 2 sons already dismissed, the third one going out. We have seen how a list has been prepared of those who, while continuing to enjoy taxpayers' money through salaries and pensions, in fact, also continue to aid terror activities, sometimes indirectly, sometimes even directly. And I think a decision has been taken that no indulgence would be grouped with those people, those set of people in the valley. So action being taken now by the administration of Jammu and Kashmir, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, using their special powers under Article 311 of the Constitution and dismissing these 4 that I named from service, which includes the wife of Bitta Karate and third son of Sayyid Salahuddin.
Yes. Abhishek, stay with us. We also have activist Sushil Pandit also joining us. Sir, if I can get your quick response on this mega action that's been taken by the J&K government as a crackdown on terror against Bitta Karate's kin.
Well, while I welcome this action, please don't call it quick action. It has taken decades where all the militants, their kith and kin, their sons, daughters, grandsons, were posted in plum places. They were getting rich to the fat of the land. They were peddling influence. And there are several more, hundreds and thousands of them, still in the system. And we cannot cleanse this system in removing ones and twos after months of haggling and pursuing. You have to weed them out consistently, relentlessly, till you cleanse this system. This is symbolism. So I fully welcome this. Please don't treat this as some kind of opposition to this decision. But these are too little, too late steps, and ones and twos happening between months and months of gap. When you have thousands to turn out of the system, we cannot work at this pace. It has to be swifter, faster, in much larger number. And not just taking them out of service. Please charge sheet them. They have committed crimes. Prosecute them. Punish them. They should be discredited. And those who have put them in the system should be exposed. Can you imagine who must have taken these decisions to employ Sayyid Salahuddin's son, grandson of Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, brothers, sisters of known militants, Hurriyat leaders, the entire administration, the police, the bureaucracy, the lower judiciary, the media, the academia, the faculties are packed with their students. We need all of them out. It will not work with symbolism. It will not work with tinkering here and there. Please, I beg of Manoj Sinha, not just rest with these 2 or 3 names that he has come up after months in the office. He should immediately put together a task force, weed them out, make a list of them, and relentlessly go after them. We have no time. We have already wasted decades in doing this.
All right, Sushil
Thank you
Pandit,
so
we'll
much.
leave it at that. So Sushil Pandit, activist there, welcoming the move on the crackdown on terror by the J&K governor, but also going on to add that a swifter action needs to be taken. Thank you so much. That's the latest we are learning. Just to take our viewers on what are the updates that you're learning at this point. 4 government employees, including Bitta Karate's wife and a scientist at Kashmir University, have been sacked from service for terror-related activities. That's a massive crackdown on terror. We have BJP's Gaurav Bhatia also joining us. Sir, if I can get your quick response on the massive crackdown on terror by the J&K administration there, Bitta Karate's kin who have been sacked by the J&K administration.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
It's a very welcome move, and it sends out a very strong message to all the people who indulge in illegal activities and have a soft corner for the terrorists, that if you have to be in India, you have to have your allegiance to the country, to the tricolor. And people who try to weaken our democracy and our country will not go unpunished.
Yes. Thank you so much. So that was BJP's Gaurav Bhatia giving his response, welcoming the move by the J&K administration there. Of course, this comes after the kin of Bitta Karate who've been sacked, his Bitta Karate's wife as well as son who've been sacked by the J&K administration there. So a rampant action that's been taken by the J&K governor. Put this into context, 4 government employees, including Bitta Karate's wife and a scientist, have been dismissed from service from the Kashmir University for terror-related links. Of course, this comes just ahead of the Independence Day. So as India gears up for the 75th Independence Day, the crackdown on terror-related activities continues in full swing. And this time it's the J&K administration who has, led from the front and has sacked the kin of Bitta Karate, his son and his wife. Asaba Azruman Khan, who is the wife of Farooq Ahmad alias Bitta Karate, is a 2011 batch JKS officer who's been sacked from service for terror-related links. That's the latest we are learning. The visuals on your screens of Bitta Karate and of course his wife and son who have now been sacked as part of massive crackdown on terror-related activities by the J&K administration. We'll go across to Abhishek as well to get his quick perspective on this big story that is coming from J&K on the mega crackdown on terror. Wing Commander Praful Bakshi is also joining us. Wing Commander, good morning. That's a big step that's been taken by the J&K administration there. If I can get your quick response on the crackdown on terror by the J&K government as the kin of Bitta Karate who've now been sacked by the J&K government.
Thank you. This aspect required some stern action and some stern opinion on part and policy on the part of India that kith and kin of terrorists, especially being put onto the government job just because they had been slain. That aspect should not be, followed. Well, if somebody comes through competition and as an independent competition it comes out, the Indian government will not stop. So it just shows that Indian policy is now going for a change. It is no more, keeping quiet on Rohingyas. It is no more keeping quiet on terrorists. It is no more keeping quiet on Kashmiri Pandits. This is a remarkable change which we are witnessing, and entire India is looking to this sort of a step which is being taken. So if this step has been taken, I personally feel most of the Indian citizens who love their country will support it.
Wing Commander, just a follow-up question. We were also speaking to Sushil Pandit, the activist, just a short while back. He, of course, welcomed the move, but went on to say that there is a lot that still needs to be done. If I can get your perspective on what else needs to be done at a rampant pace to crack down on terror-linked activities.
Well, to start with, you have to make your firm base first. From my side, my personal opinion is start the inquiry of Kashmiri Pandits, start the FIRs, start taking back the property which they have been occupied by them. That is the first step. If we initiate it, then only we will make headway. Yes, make up a complete command and control of the intelligence system. All the terrorist elements are sleeper cells hiding within the area. They are not migrating from Pakistan every day, coming by here and all. No, they are not coming from POK. They are well within here as sleeper cells. We have to start getting them out. We have to revamp our intelligence reporting system, and probably we'll have to make it a one reporting system, one command and control we'll have to do, but that is a must. If we can make this effect of what these two things I've told you, if we start it, you will see that you will come on the map of top anti-terrorist fighting country. So this is what is required.
All right, Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, thanks for sharing your views with us. So, a welcome move there by the J&K administration, a big crackdown on terror just ahead of the 75th Independence Day. The kin of Bitta Karate, who have now been sacked from their post as a crackdown on terror by the J&K government there. So, no terror nexus policy that is in full swing there by the J&K government as we speak. So that is the latest coming in, and we were also speaking to a lot of, we're getting a lot of reactions of from not just from the BJP but from activists as well, who welcomed the move, saying that it is a step in the right direction. So that's the big story coming in at this point. This one from J&K. So state patronage that has now been rolled back, no government posts for terror sympathizers as a big crackdown on terror by the J&K government there, accommodating kin of terror policy that has now come to an end. A quick action there by the J&K administration, Bitta Karate's kin, his wife and son who've been sacked from the top posts. So activist Sushil Pandit saying that it should be a blanket policy and that there should be no posts for those terror sympathizers in the government. LG Manoj Sinha's massive crackdown on terror in J&K. Major General KK Sinha is also joining us on the phone line. Sir, your first response, big crackdown on terror in J&K.
I think it is a very solid step which the government is now actually doing on ground. This particular decision was taken long back, and there was some work which was on periphery which was done. If you remember, Sayyid Salahuddin's 3 sons are there, and they were all government employees. There was, a decision was taken to expel them from there. Now, when the things are actually happening on ground, it is going to hit. This is the only way, because all these terror networks have found a very strong base in this establishment, and no one can touch them. There are a number of cases. It is not only Bitta Karate or Sayyid Salahuddin's sons who are there. It is known fact that people have found, and these are the actually when we talk about overground workers, they are the overground workers which have legitimate, which has been given by the state. Now, the time has come, not the time has come only to talk, but you have to walk the talk. These people have to be on very good steps, and we want to see. It is not only that you take action. These people have to send to the place where they deserve. And if you are abide with the law, the places are there where they can't come up. So these people have, we want to see these people who have actually done. They want sedition is a huge thing. They want to break the country. So, these people require a place where to be done, and it has to be a very fast action. This is my reaction for the action.
Well, thank you, Major General, for sharing your insights with us. So, game changer action that's been taken in J&K with the wife and son of Bitta Karate, who've now been sacked from their post. Slipping into a very short break, a lot's lined up for you on the other side. Stay tuned to Republic. We'll get you all the latest on the Yamuna boat tragedy. After 6 more bodies recovered, their death toll rises to 11. And Prime Minister Modi to host India's Commonwealth Games medal winners at his official residence at 11 a.m.
Reading allows us to become familiar with ourselves.
We don't read, we won't know what is knowledge. I just find it very interesting to know people's lives, how they went through certain situations, how they dealt with things.
So wherever you want to go in life, if you read books along those lines, then that would really help you in growing.
Reading could mean a million different things to every individual. What does it mean to you? Visit readindia.info to find out more.
Good evening and welcome, viewers. China has banned cryptocurrency. You're not allowed to trade in cryptocurrency in China. If you break the law, you'll be arrested. So why has China banned cryptocurrency? China has banned crypto, ladies and gentlemen, because crypto is dangerous. It has done so to save its own people and save its economy. But in India, China-backed loan sharks are using the crypto route to take out thousands of crores of hard-earned money, often of the poorest and the youngest, as part of a clear Chinese conspiracy to destroy India's economy and the lives of millions of Indians. Viewers, tonight, 2 leading crypto exchanges are under the scanner. So Republic's investigation is yielding results every single day, you're seeing. Bank accounts of crypto exchanges have been frozen. And a deep investigation is revealing how the poorest and most needy Indians, often facing severe financial distress post-COVID, were targeted and brutalized by China-backed dubious loan apps who charged over 1,000% interest and took the money of millions of Indians via the crypto route to their suspected